Hey guys, it's Adam. I really hate how low quality my camera is. I wrote a really big round 8 strategy thing at the end instead of being like goofy or whatever. And then something happened. I clicked something. I don't know what happened, but I deleted it and it didn't get posted. So I don't feel like rewriting it. So basically, I feel silly coming up with some kind of master strategy because it just doesn't work for me. Again, myopia. That's really my strategy. But let's, for instance, say that at the final 12, it really is a 6-6, the Scorpions versus the breakfast cereals. So, at what happens then? I would like to assume that won't happen because we would vote Louis out because nobody likes him. And then there'd be some kind of majority thing happening with the Scorpions. So, but things are really never that easy. So you got to come up with some kind of contingency plan. I kind of told Zach that I wasn't going to do this challenge because I might lose my mind, and I really just don't want to hit an immunity aisle. It's a curse. I don't want to know who has it. I don't want any of that kind of stuff. I'm going to screw up the information. Somebody else can do that for me. Um, so what am I going to do in case Zach is like, okay, well Adam is not for our 6 because he's not fighting with us or whatever. Which I like to think at least would have been on my side from our side, if there even is a side, but that doesn't matter. So what I'm thinking is this: if there's a 6 versus 6, I would be 100% willing to flip over to William's side, whatever that means, and somehow do some kind of crazy convincing that Jack should be the one to go. Um, just because maybe put him in sort of this limelight sort of situation, then be willing to vote out Zach, then Andrew, and then Ben. And at that point, or not even at that point, we'd be at like final 8, I think. One, two, three, four. Yeah. And then hopefully during that time, I would have said something like, "Keep me and Faye." And at final 8, we would have me, Faye, Stacy, and William. Although Faye and Stacy don't get along together, they'd have to work together. Well, Faye, Stacy, Facey, they should just be one person. Faye might not like that, but if we're at final 2, she'll be like, "Okay, I'll do anything." Um, yeah, for the final 2 out of that 6. If the 6 that 6 doesn't even exist, I just don't want to see a trend of people who are on Google Hangout getting voted out. That really is the real reason I'm doing this. Not because I think there's going to be a 6 and 6, because I think people are going to target people who are in the Google Hangout. So let me tell everybody out while I can. Um, Again, contingency plan. So that would be my idea, to vote out those 4, as much as I love them all to death, and then hopefully at final 8, one or two things can happen. Me, Stacy, Faye, and William would have it, and then we could either all of us agree to vote out Louis, because maybe that's some kind of deal that I made. Here's 4 people, let's get rid of Louis. And at that point, final 7, we would have a clear majority. That doesn't happen. I like to think that Louis would join our side, and then we start voting out like Joe or Alex or Phil or something like that. And then at some point, it would still be me, Faye, Stacy, and William. That's kind of my ideal Final Four. I doubt it's going to work that way, but you got to have some kind of plan. I just don't want to see my Google Hangout people targeted, and I don't think that at this stage I can convince anyone from the breakfast cereal to vote with us unless they're going to vote for Louis. Like I say, I really expect people to vote Louis out at the final 12, and then sort of nature takes its course after that. But just in case that doesn't happen, or somebody's throwing us a bone, and whatever, and then you never know who Zach and Andrew know on the other tribe or whatever. You don't know those. You don't know those things. So, like I said, I would like to think that if the Google Hangouters or the people who are the Scorpions are ever targeted or whatever, I like to think that I am totally willing to be like, okay, vote them out. That's not me, which really sucks to do, and I really don't want to do that. But I kind of do want to go a little bit further. But we'll see what happens. So hopefully that works out. It's a good final 8 scenario. I think it'll work. And if that contingency plan doesn't go, I'd really like to see Louis go, and then let sort of William in the driver's seat for the next couple rounds and let him make the decision. Because I have a feeling he's got a longer plan than I do, and he's just not telling me. So final 8. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it works out. So all right. Thank you.